In Pretoria, Chriselda Lewis. Chriselda, very good morning to you. That psychological report took center stage yesterday. What can you tell us?
Well, Judge Thokozile Masipa had ruled yesterday that there are certain parts of the report that are not allowed to be broadcast or even to be printed in newspapers due to the sensitivity of some of the information contained in the psychological and psychiatric report. But certainly what we can tell from that report is that it does clarify that Oscar Pistorius never suffered from a general anxiety disorder as diagnosed by the defense psychiatrist Meryl Foster, and that basically Oscar Pistorius, some aspects of the report do indicate that Oscar Pistorius only developed anxiety and depression after he had shot and killed Reeva Steenkamp. So the effects of what happened on that day had taken a toll on Oscar Pistorius. But what could be a slam dunk for the defense relating to this report is that it does indicate that Oscar Pistorius does not have a history of violence and aggression associated with rage-type murders relating to relationships. So that has certainly been the core of this argument in terms of the state, and that the state has always maintained that Oscar Pistorius had shot and killed Reeva Steenkamp in a fit of rage. There must have been some argument at Oscar Pistorius' home that morning, but certainly this report clears all of that, saying that those rage-type murders do not associate with the character of Oscar Pistorius. And one of the other parts that could also help the defense in this particular aspect is that the independent doctors who did evaluate Oscar Pistorius say that there is evidence that Oscar Pistorius and Reeva Steenkamp were in a loving relationship. So that's the crux of this report in terms of the diagnosis of Oscar Pistorius' mental health.
And Chriselda, Mr. Wayne Derman also contributed to the proceedings yesterday. What did he have to say, and what can we expect from him today?
Well, we're expecting Wayne Derman to continue his testimony this morning before State Prosecutor Gerrie Nel cross-examines him. But essentially what we heard from him yesterday was that he said that on the several trips he has been with Oscar Pistorius and his other teammates on international trips when Oscar Pistorius has gone to compete abroad, Oscar Pistorius has always seemed like someone who was always conscious of his surroundings, but not like normal people would be. He was always extra sensitive about where he was sitting, always looking around if there'd been a simple bang in the background. Oscar Pistorius, for example, he testified if there had to be a ceremony, for example, in one of the matches that Oscar Pistorius was participating in, the firecrackers that often go off at the end of these events, Oscar Pistorius would really become frightened and close his ears and close his eyes at the sound of the fireworks, really trying to explain that Oscar Pistorius is somebody who really is hypersensitive in many situations. And essentially some of the research that Wayne Derman has done, I must say he's quite experienced. He has a 53-page CV, as we heard inside court, in that some of the research that he's done relating to Paralympians is that Paralympians often react differently to able-bodied athletes, and that the sensitivity and to issues when they are dealing with different sounds, or when they find themselves in dangerous situations, they would react differently to able-bodied persons. So essentially that's what Wayne Derman, we're expecting him to continue with this morning as he continues his testimony here at the North Gauteng High Court.
Chriselda, we'll have to leave it there for now. My thanks again to you for that update. Chriselda Lewis coming to us live from the North Gauteng High Court.